Good morning, Namaskar, Sat Shri Akal. It's really my pleasure to be here today to really deliver the keynote address for this great event we are holding here. And first of all, I'm really thankful to Mr. Pankaj Mahindru to be the chief guest for this event. Pankaj, we know for a very, very long time, and the best thing about him is that he's always working for the progress of the nation, and especially for electronic and telecom industry, he's working very closely with government, and I think we'll all be looking forward to hear from him. So as far as my presentation is concerned, I'm basically setting a tone for today's event. I'm covering basically what all we'll be having today. We'll be actually covering most of it in 5 panel discussion. We have got some really great speakers, participants, CEOs of different companies who are participating today. So the topic on which I'm speaking today is the future of telecom in India, digital leap forward. Actually, more focus because telecom is a very, very vast field, starting from networks to infrastructure to customers. But I think today this event is mainly focused on CPaaS, RCS, A2P, because most of us are from that industry. So India has actually evolved a lot. There was a time, like we were running 1G, 2G network. When we were running actually 2G network, world has already moved to 3G and 4G. There was a big gap. There was a time we took almost 9 years to go to 3G. We were behind the world by almost 9, 10 years. When 4G came, we were behind by almost 4, 5 years. But in 5G, we were almost at par with the world. And I'm very happy to share with you that now as a nation, we are working on 6G. And in 6G, I think we'll be leading the world. So all the digital foundation or all the telecom strength which is coming to this country is actually because government is also giving a lot of focus to it. One is like there's a private entrepreneurs, enterprises who are doing very well. But then government has put a lot of focus. We have got Digital Bharat or digital initiatives. Digital India is a big initiative of Prime Minister Modi. Then we also have some various schemes which are taking fiber to the rural areas, villages. We have already covered in PM Wani more than 100,000 villages, and it will be actually 250,000 maybe in another 2 years' time. And all this is happening because we want to make India independent and also have a holistic growth in telecom. We'll not be just focusing on technology, execution, network, and all the areas. And in those areas, there's a lot of focus from the government. In the whole journey, when we segment telecom, like from networks to infrastructure to customers to mobiles, then comes the real customer experience, which we all do on day-to-day life, is communication platform as a service or rich communication suites or A2P SMS. All this is all things which we are using on a daily basis, and this industry, this industry is really focusing on that and trying to make life easier for everyone, making our experience very, very good. There was a time, when you were just getting an SMS, and based on that SMS, some action was to be taken. But now, when we get a message, actually the communication is starting, especially in RCS. Like when you get a message, with that, you can go to the site, you can do the transaction, everything through that message. So that is something which is happening. So notification is actually starting a big conversation. AI and ML. Actually, this is something which is not only a buzzword, or it is not something, which we are using. Actually, we are using in all our day-to-day working, in all our day-to-day jobs. Actually, in our armor, we use AI ML tools. Similarly, I think everywhere, Jio, Airtel, all the operators, they are using artificial intelligence as well as machine learning to basically make information better, their decision making better, and ultimately customer experience better. So all that they are working. And similarly, when it comes to voice chats, chatbots, etc., there also it is playing a very, very critical role. Big data is something, like there was some time back, I remember 15, 20 years back, everybody used to wonder that why WhatsApp is free, why Facebook is free and all that, like that time most of people didn't know that ultimately this is a data, ultimately that is monetized and that is something which is happening. And with big data, not only, like you get all the information about markets and customers, etc., you are actually also understanding customer behavior, you're also analyzing, segmenting customers. So all that is now happening, and best thing is India has been a country, like where we are the strongest in the world on IT, and this is an extension of IT. And because of that, we have got really good use of big data in all our day-to-day lives. Same way, like blockchain. Blockchain is again a thing which is part of our day-to-day life as far as telecom is concerned. Blockchain is actually touching everything, like what we are doing in telecom, and it is used for spam prevention, it is in consent management and every area, and similarly when it comes to UPIs and other payment gateways, etc., everywhere the use of blockchain is there, and there are multiple companies which are centered around that. They are providing small solutions to the companies, and based on that, a big work is happening as far as this field is concerned. So, as far as India is concerned, I think there are few very strong development which is happening. Pankaj will definitely be talking about how from a big importer of handsets and electronics, we have now become big exporter, second biggest exporter as far as handsets are concerned. But that is not the only change. Like there was a time when we were dependent on international companies to provide us all the technology, basically network solutions. But there is a big change. There are companies from India which are now exporting network technology to almost 60 countries of the world. And the big change has come for two reasons. Telecom is nothing but electronics and IT, right? With that, so India is growing on our electronic manufacturing capability, and IT was always our strength. So when we talk about 6G, actually when we move from 4G to 5G, 5G to 6G, actually we are going more and more digital. We are going more and more onto IT, and that is why I think India has got such a big strength. And over and above that, all this AI, ML, blockchain, all these technologies, when we put it on that, actually we become very, very strong as far as technology is concerned. So India will not only be launching their own 6G, will be reaching out to rural areas, etc. Plus, Airtel as well as Jio, they are both have plans for satellite, but they have also done tie-up for satellite. So satellite communication will also be a reality for all of us. Now, as far as CPaaS, RCS and A2P is concerned, this is something which is becoming a very, very interesting space. I think each of us are experiencing the change which it is bringing. Like, for example, RCS is not only providing us more valuable experience, enriched experience, or more holistic experience, even for our customers or even for the users, it is something really great. It is very difficult for small businesses to have their own apps, right? Whereas in RCS, ultimately, you can replace in a way apps, and like customer can really go to your site directly, because everybody will not download on iPhone or your Android phone all the apps, whereas in this you can directly go to the app through the experience. So these kind of changes are actually becoming better, plus availability in various languages, giving more customized experience, all those things on which CPaaS, RCS and A2P SMS sector is growing. And in 2 panels, we are actually going to cover these points. But then, obviously, this industry also has got challenges which are related to A2P, CPaaS and RCS. And those challenges are nothing but revenue leakage, frauds, all those kind of things. So we have a specific dedicated panel on that, the kind of work which is happening around that. And actually all these things are becoming, as the penetration is growing, as more and more use is growing, we are finding that these kind of challenges are also increasing. And for overcoming these challenges, actually you need solutions, basically firewalls and proper solutions. And good thing is that GTS Tech Lab is already in that field. We are leaders. We are not only just providing firewalls, we are enriching it with AI, ML and all that. And in some of the panels, we'll be covering that part. So on that, we'll provide information, whatsoever is required, because now I am part of GTS Tech Lab. I thought I'll keep a slide on that. So the future of telecom is not just like connecting people. Actually, our job is to make life better. I love sharing this point. I think we are in this industry, but still, most of our time when we get a new feature, whether it is on WhatsApp or any of applications, we never ask for it. But the moment we get that feature, we say, wow, I always wanted it. And that is something which I think industry is all the time working, making users' experience better. So I'm sure that India is on a growth path. In India, telecom is probably much faster and much bigger growth path. And definitely, I think this industry is already a global industry, and I think India will play a very, very big role as far as telecom is concerned. So with these words, I'll finish my talk. Thank you very much.